It's time to start your day with the First Cup Morning Show.
Serving up a warm cup of good news, positivity, and uplifting messages.
And now, here's your host,
Our dad,
Joshua Kangley.
Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the First Cup Monday Morning Show. I'm Joshua Kangley, and I am so glad to have you here because together we kick off the week with some good news and some good vibes. We take a coffee break from the noise. Happy Monday to you on this May 4th. And as always, I do have some good news, and we will get to that in just a bit. But first, let's start it off with a quote. Alexander the Great once said, "There is nothing impossible to they who will try." When he spoke those words, he wasn't claiming that success is guaranteed. Rather, he was pointing to something deeper, the power of willingness. Because the real barrier in life often isn't ability, it's hesitation. The moment someone chooses to try, they step out of limitation and into possibility. Effort opens doors that fear keeps closed. And it's a reminder that progress doesn't begin with certainty, it begins with action. Even the greatest achievements in history started with someone deciding to take that first step despite the unknown. So with that in mind, maybe the takeaway this week is simple. What feels impossible today might just be waiting on one thing, your decision to try. And now let's go to the Did You Know? Did you know that on this day, May 4th, in 1979, Margaret Thatcher became the first woman ever elected Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Quick pause right here. May 4th, 1979 is about a week after I was born. A little fun fact about yours truly. In 1979, Margaret Thatcher stepped into one of the most powerful roles in the world at a time when politics was largely dominated by men. Her election wasn't just a personal victory, it was a defining moment in history that signaled new possibilities for women everywhere. Thatcher's journey to the top was built on persistence and conviction. Rising through the ranks of the Conservative Party, she earned a reputation for being prepared, principled, and unafraid to stand firm in her beliefs. That strength would later earn her the nickname the Iron Lady. And during her time in office, she led the country through significant economic and political change, and actually becoming the longest-serving British Prime Minister of the 20th century. Her leadership style was bold, decisive, and focused on reshaping the direction of the nation. No matter where people stand on her policies, her impact is undeniable. Margaret Thatcher broke a barrier many once thought was unbreakable and showed the world that leadership is defined by determination. Today, her legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that sometimes the first step forward changes everything for those who follow. Happy National Star Wars Day. That's right, May 4th is National Star Wars Day. And every year on May 4th, fans around the world celebrate Star Wars Day. The date comes from the iconic phrase from the Star Wars universe, "May the Force be with you." Fans cleverly turned it into "May the 4th be with you," and a global celebration was born. What started as a fun play on words has grown into a full-blown cultural event. From movie marathons and costume contests to community gatherings and charity events, the day brings together generations of fans who share a love for the galaxy far, far away. Created by George Lucas, Star Wars has become more than just a film series. It's a story about hope, courage, and the battle between good and evil. So whether you're a lifelong fan or just discovering it for the first time, May 4th is a reminder to embrace adventure, stand up for what's right, and maybe even find a little force within yourself. So happy National Star Wars Day, everyone, and may the 4th be with you. And now I think it's time for some animal fun facts.
Today's animal is the Highland cow. Did you know that Highland cows live longer than many other cattle breeds, often living up to 20 years?
Did you know Highland cows are known to be friendly and often enjoy having their hair brushed.
Did you know that Highland cattle are considered the oldest registered breed in the world, with herd books dating back to 1885?
Did you know their long hair over their eyes protects their eyes from wind, rain, and snow and keeps flies away? Extra fun fact, Highland cows are my favorite animal because they're super cute.
All right, let's get to the good news of the week. Students take control. Stop bus after driver emergency. A potentially devastating situation in Hancock County turned into a story of courage after a group of middle school students safely stopped a school bus when their driver lost consciousness. Bus driver Leah Taylor suffered an asthma attack while transporting students home, and according to reports, Taylor passed out behind the wheel, causing the bus to begin drifting and picking up speed. Within moments, several students recognized the danger and acted. One student moved to steady the steering wheel, while another applied the brakes, bringing the vehicle to a halt. At the same time, others stepped in to help Taylor, with one student calling 911 and another assisting her in accessing needed medication. Surveillance footage later showed the students working together calmly and decisively, not only stopping the bus, but also keeping their classmates composed until emergency responders arrived. Taylor credited the students with preventing a far worse outcome, expressing gratitude for their swift actions. School officials say the students' response reflect leadership and composure well beyond their years, offering a strong reminder of the capability and character found in today's younger generation. Wow, what a story that is. You know, in a moment where panic could have easily taken over, these students instead chose action, clarity, and courage. No hesitation at all, just instinct to help. And it's a powerful reminder that character isn't measured by age, but by how someone responds when it matters the most. Stories like this not only restore faith in the next generation, they challenge all of us to rise to the same standard. And I really hope you enjoyed that good news as well. And for more good news, positivity, and uplifting messages, you can always visit guidinglights.org. That's guidinglights.org. Now, before we go, I'd like to leave you with a dad joke. Why is the grass so dangerous? Because it's full of blades. Well, friends, that's going to wrap up this week's show. I hope it brought a little light into your day and maybe a smile on your face, ready for the week. And I challenge you to be the reason someone else smiles this week. Have a great week out there. And remember, don't let the mainstream media fool you. There is absolutely good news happening all the time.